All right. I'm going to go ahead and call the November Board of Adjustment meeting to order. We'll start with our normal housekeeping items here with the attendance. Mr. Secretary, would you take care of that?
Miller.
Here.
Jackamore. Cummings.
Here.
Cothran. Present. Stroud. Absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. All right. Okay. All right. Have you had a chance to look at the minutes from the October meeting?
I'll approve.
All right. We have a motion. Okay, we have a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. All those in favor acknowledge by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carried. All right. All right, we have no old business, but we have new business variance from Article 15, allowing a reduction in the front yard setback requirement located at 909 South Glenwood, submitted by Daryl Sanchez. Ms. Lemley, you want to take that up?
Yes, sir. This is at 909 South Glenwood Avenue. It is a variance from the front setback requirements. The existing conditions are located within the Glenwood neighborhood. This is an existing single-family home. It is zoned R2, medium-density residential, and it is surrounded by other R2 zoned properties. Surrounding properties include other single-family homes. Our review comments.
Hold on just a second, Mr. Lemley. Guys, if y'all could keep it down back there in the back. Thank you.
Yes, sir. The application is to allow an addition to the front of a structure that is non-conforming as it encroaches on the front setback. They are proposing to enclose their current front porch and add a new front porch that's about 4 foot long. Staff has not found that the applicant has demonstrated that special conditions exist, as increasing the curb appeal is not grounds for special conditions, and granting of the variance is not a variance allowing reasonable use of the land. And the applicant has met all other variance requirements. Recommendation. It is staff's recommendation that the Board of Adjustment deny this variance request based on the findings below. The applicant has not demonstrated that special conditions exist, and the granting of this variance would add to the non-compliance of a non-conforming structure. The granting of this variance is not in harmony with the purpose and intent of the code, and the granting of the variance is not a variance allowing reasonable use of the land. Do you all have any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Lemley. We do have Andy Gonzalez that is signed up to speak tonight. Would you like to step to the mic? State your name for the record, if you would, sir.
Andy Gonzalez. I'm Dariel's nephew. I'm here in regards to him on the 909 South Glenwood. We mentioned curb appeal, which it is important for him, but more than anything, he is trying to bring that front porch and close it. The reason he requests a new porch, additional 4 feet towards the street, is just to try to keep the water away from the front door. That way it's easy access in and out.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Commissioners, do you have any questions for Mr. Lemley or Mr. Gonzalez?
Since this is already non-conforming, and we're not allowed to do anything that would be not allowed according to the zoning code, are we even able to make a call on this?
Yes, sir. Is that right?
That's a good question.
That's a good question, Mr. Cummings. Yes, you all have authority on this because it's not something that's not permitted. You're just reducing what the setback is. And so since we have a setback, you are allowed to then make a variance determination from that. On non-conforming structures, typically we're not, as staff, allowed to vary those regulations or expand that non-conforming status because it's already non-conforming. It's already closer than that setback. But you do have authorization if you do wish to reduce that setback, which is what that expansion of the nonconformance would allow.
Is that, yeah, I don't know who can answer this, is that normal setback for that area? Are most of those up close to the road in that area? If I remember, I think.
Yes, sir.
kinda
So,
is.
yeah, most of the homes on that street do encroach on the front setback. So it's zoned R2, and according to the code, that's a 25 feet for the front setback. And so most of the homes do already encroach on the front setback.
Okay, thank you.
And this actually would not put it any closer to the road.
It would. So they're enclosing the current front porch, and they're building a new front porch. So it's going to be 4 feet closer to the road.
The structure won't be, it's just the porch is gonna be.
Right.
Does it just set on the ground? Is that what the problem is? Too low for the water? Your water issues just because it's sitting on the ground there on the front of the slope, or what's the deal with the water? You said you had a water issue?
Well, I mean for rain,
Yeah.
whenever it rains, if we bring that wall forward, you don't want that rain hitting the front door of the
Yeah.
house. That's why we're back a small porch high.
Oh, okay. Got you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. We have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this request. All those in favor, acknowledge by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Show me as voting. All right. All right. Item number 2, variance from Article 4.3, requiring a physical barrier 6 feet in height where a commercial zone abuts the residential zone located at 215 West Tacoma, submitted by Colton and Kelsey Grace on behalf of Emmett Barnes. Take it away, Ms. Victoria.
Yes, so this is a variance at 215 West Tacoma. The variance is from the fencing requirements in Article 4.3. The existing conditions, this property is currently vacant. The applicant recently started utilizing the lot to store their trailers for sale. The property is located adjacent to a car modifying business, pet groomer, and off-road tire to the north, a residential subdivision to the south, residential properties to the east, and a vacant property to the west. The property is zoned C2 highway commercial with properties to the north, east, and west also zoned C2, and then the residential subdivision to the south is zoned R1 single family residential. So in our review, the application is to allow the physical barrier requirement between commercial uses slash zones and residential uses and zones to be waived. Staff has found that the applicant has demonstrated that special conditions exist due to the unique topography of the area. There, if you're familiar with that area, there's quite a severe slope that kind of goes up from where their property's located. So if you put up a 6-foot privacy fence, that wouldn't really help shield anything from those residential neighbors up to the south there. Additionally, this area between this business and the existing residential uses is heavily wooded, blocking the view of this business from the residences. The applicant has met all of the other variance requirements. It is staff's recommendation that the Board of Adjustment approve this variance request based on the findings that the applicant has demonstrated that special conditions exist and the applicant has met all other variance requirements. Are there any questions for me?
Thank you, Victoria.
I may move we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve this request. All those in favor, acknowledge by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. If there's no other business, we are adjourned.